Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the gender equality. Gender equality, also known as sexual equality or equality of the sexes. This is a state of equal ease of access to resources and opportunities, regardless of gender, including economic participation and decision making, and the state of valuing different behaviors, aspirations, and needs equality. This is what we call it as a gender equality. Gender equality is the goal, while gender neutrality and gender equality are practices and ways of thinking that help in achieving the goal. Gender parity, which is used to measure gender balance in a given situation, can aid in achieving gender equality, but it is not the goal in and itself. Gender equality is more than just equal representation. It is strongly tied to women's rights and often requires policy changes. Now, let us see more about gender equality. Here, everyone is affected by gender inequality. Women, men, transgenders, diverse people, children, and families. Everybody is affected due to gender inequalities. It impacts people of all ages and backgrounds. To achieve gender equality, this is what is the goal here. This will help us to empower all women and girls. Why do we need it? Gender equality prevents violence against women and girls. It is essential for economic prosperity. Societies that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. Gender equality is a human right, and everyone benefits from gender equality. Women and girls represent half of the world's population and therefore also half of its potential. But today, gender inequality persists everywhere and stagnates social progress. Women continue to be underrepresented at all levels of political leadership. Across the globe, women and girls perform a disappropriate share of unpaid domestic work. Inequalities faced by girls can begin right at birth and follow them all through their lives. In some countries, girls are deprived of access to health care or proper nutrition, leading to higher mortality rates too. So, that is the reason we need gender equality. How much progress have we made? Of course, there are some improvements in some areas like child marriage and female genital mutilation have declined, and women's representation in the political arena is higher than ever before. International commitments to advance gender equality have brought about improvements in some areas. As we have mentioned, the child marriage and female genital mutilation has declined, and also the women's representation in the political arena is higher ever before. But the promise of a world in which every woman and girl enjoys full gender equality and where all legal, social, and economic barriers to their empowerment have been removed remains unfulfilled. In fact, that goal is probably even more distant than before, since women and girls are being hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. The disadvantage in education translate into lack of access to skills and limited opportunities in labor market. So women and girls empowerment is essential to expand economic growth and promote social development. The full participation of women in labor forces would add percentage points to more national growth rates and double digits in many cases. So this is how the gender inequality affect women. When we talk about, are there any other gender related challenges? Definitely yes. Worldwide, 35% of women between 15 to 49 years of age have experienced physical or sexual intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence. 1 in 3 girls aged 15 to 19 have experienced some form of female genital mutilation, and 30 countries in Africa and the Middle East where the harmful practice is most common, with the high risk of prolonged bleeding, infection, childbirth complications, infertility, and death. The COVID-19 lockdown further caused domestic violence to increase in many countries, showing the critical importance of social protection for women and girls. The Spotlight Initiation, an UN partnership, is a global multi-year initiative focused on eliminating all forms of violence against women and girls. Why should gender equality matter to us? Regardless of where you live in, gender equality is a fundamental human right. And advancing gender equality is critical to all areas of a healthy society, from reducing poverty to promoting the health, education, protection, and the well-being of girls and boys. What do we do to fix these issues? If you're a girl, you can stay in school, help empower your female classmates to do the same, and fight for your right to access sexual and reproductive health services. If you are a woman, you can address unconscious biases and implicit associations that form an unintended and often an invisible barrier to equal opportunity. If you are a man or a boy, you can work alongside women and girls to achieve gender equality and embrace healthy, respectful relationships. And thank you so much, my dear ladies and gentlemen, for listening to my talk on gender equality. So let us all put in all our efforts to remove this gender inequality, which in turn will protect women and girls, and we can eradicate violence once and for all. We can also see the empowerment of women and girls and the overall development of our nation, not only our nation, the entire universe. Thank you so much. God bless.